Do you mind if I call you Renee?
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
First, to all the witnesses, like I said before, thank you for taking your time out. I appreciate it. But especially to you, Renee, because what you're speaking about is incredibly personal, and I know that it's not the easiest for anyone, especially someone who maybe is not used to speaking before the United States Congress. So don't worry, we're not as scary as we seem sometimes, and you're doing a great job. Just speaking about your regular day-to-day life. So I just wanted to ask you a few questions on this to help clarify the facts of the matter. What were you paying until this month, when the Obamacare credits were still in effect? What were you paying per month for your health care?
$544 for me and my husband.
So $544 a month for you and your husband. What did it go up to with the expiration of those credits?
Over $1,300.
So more than doubled this month. And as a result of that, you can no longer afford it. So right now, as you sit there, you're uninsured.
Yes.
And if you don't mind my asking, you're a U.S. citizen, right?
Yes.
What our friends on the other side want to tell us is that her experience is just not so. Believe them, not your lying eyes and your lying ears. CBO has confirmed that there are 15 million other Renees out there in our society. So when they tell you, oh, it's just all illegals, it's all waste, it's all fraud, actually, that's BS. Now, Renee, if you do, God forbid, without getting health care for as long as this fight goes on, and in fact, if the Obamacare credits are not renewed and you continue to not have health care, if you get very sick, I'm assuming you'll just show up at the ER one day, right?
Yes.
So at that point, again, God forbid, and not wishing this, but there's a good chance, because you delayed care, you would be sicker, and you would actually be far more expensive to treat than if you were getting care more regularly, right?
Yes.
And that would affect not just you, but the women that you care for. What this thought just occurred to me. If you really get sick and can't care for the women who you currently care for, what will happen to them?
Well, they would deem me not being able to care for them, and they will take them out of our home.
Yeah. So really, it wouldn't just be you and your husband, but also
we're the only people they know. My parents had them their whole lives. So Leah, my sister here, she is 40 years old. She doesn't know anybody but me,
right?
And my family members, and stuff. I mean, they come and visit and different things, and she's included on family gatherings. Lisa has, only knows us as well because, she's more severely handicapped. So she knows the voices that she hears and the people she sees, and stuff. So her being put outside of the home and me not being in good enough health to go visit them regular, even if I was allowed to, that would be devastating to them.
Well, you are truly doing, and I think I can speak for everyone in saying this on the committee, you're truly doing the Lord's work with that care, and I thank you. And we'll certainly, speaking for myself now, but I think for some others on this side, we'll fight like hell to make sure you can get back your health care coverage.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Speaking, transitioning just in general with the time I have remaining, I've been studying this issue now for 25 years. There's a great intellectual dishonesty in the whole healthcare debate. 25 years ago, when I first started studying this topic, the left of center big proposal, big idea, really from Harry Truman on, was essentially universal coverage paid for by the government, something akin to Medicare for all. The right of center reform idea to combat that, to provide coverage, which I believe was created by Stuart Butler, an academic at the Heritage Foundation. He might have been an AEI, but I think it was Heritage Foundation. His idea, and the idea of other conservatives, was no, we won't have a government-run program like Medicare. What we'll do is we'll create a marketplace of the uninsured. And through a series of requirements, such as everyone has to have health care and buy into a policy, a series of credits will allow private insurers to bid on this marketplace. A Republican governor in Massachusetts named Mitt Romney took this idea, passed it into law. It suddenly became known as Romney Care. Fast forward to 2008, 2009, Barack Obama is elected and becomes president. He adopts what had always been the right of center healthcare idea as an effort for compromise. Instead of Republicans at that time joining with him in a bipartisan effort, they said, oh no, this must be a socialist Kenyan plot. And we're going to oppose this awful Obamacare, which is a government takeover. Having people bid on private plans is a government takeover. So when you ask why don't Republicans have an idea on healthcare reform, it's because they don't want to admit that for the last 15, 16 years, they've been snowing you. Obamacare the whole time was actually...
I hate to cut the gentleman
yeah, I'm wrapping up here. But the right of center idea actually was Obamacare. And that's why still, all these years later, they have absolutely no solution to healthcare whatsoever.